So we are on a brand new gold hunting adventure today, and I am with my friends Steve and Annie. Steve is down there. He's already detecting. He came in last night to this claim and found a gold nugget within the first 15 minutes of detecting. So he is super stoked, and so am I. So I just got started and I dug a 22 bullet right over in there somewhere, and I got a little signal over here I've been working on. Look, I only have a cup. I lost my plastic scoop, so I'm using that, and it just sounds weird, you know. When I say weird, I mean like it could be a little tiny nugget, because that's not a signal I'm used to. Well, especially with the new Axiom. I've never found a nugget with the Axiom. I just started using it. Hopefully you can hear this. Just sounds really good. It's just different sounding. It's pretty small, but it's in that loose. Should be in that loose dirt because I've been moving it around. So what I'll do is try to scoop this up into this little container, shake it to the bottom, and run it over the loop. You have to do that. It's because the salts in your hand can actually make the metal detector go off. All right, so I have it in here. I like to shake it to the bottom, and hopefully you can hear that. Still in there. This piece of wire, I can see it right there, look. Little tiny piece of wire. That's all it is. Very sad. Now, if I'd have been smart, what I would have done, when I first moved the signal, I would have taken my magnet and run it over the dirt, and set to the side, and the piece of wire would have stuck to the magnet, which is on there already. I saw it jump to it. That was a false alarm. Sorry about that. I should have remembered to use the magnet first. Just found the big old piece of chain. Certainly didn't need the metal detector for that, but I'm gonna throw it in by my truck over there and camp real quick, so I don't have to carry it around. So I've been hunting around for, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 hours, and I'm digging lots of targets. No gold yet. Steve and Annie are that direction. I haven't seen them for a while. I did want to show you the kind of stuff I'm digging. I'm digging like little pieces of lead, and that's probably a piece of a bullet, that bullet fragment that, you know, when the bullet hit the rock, it just flew into little pieces. So I am absolutely picking up the little signals. I'm picking up the bigger signals. We know there's gold here because Steve found a little piece last night when he first got in. Let's step down here for just a second though. If you notice, there's lots of these, lots of quartz all up through here. There's nice stringers going through the solid rock down there, so it's a really cool area. I've been seeing some old diggings in the area too. I guess I should show those to you, where people have been searching for gold. I mean, it could have been 100 years ago. That was a heart attack moment. I looked up at that thing, I could see it was alive. It went roar at me. Wow. Not normally afraid of cows or bulls, but that one just took me by surprise. I was not expecting to see him out here. I'll leave you alone, buddy. Don't worry. I see you got a nice shade in the bed there. That's what I need, shade in the bed. I'm still with the old slobbering bull, and I'm getting a lot of targets in here, iron and stuff. So it must have been some type of little camp nearby. I'm not sure what kind of lid that is, but it looks fairly old. Actually, just looking right there, I can see some lids to something. Oh yeah, there's tons of cans all down through here. So we're probably somebody's old mining camp. Let's just turn this off a minute, because I'm seeing stuff everywhere. Here's an old cartridge. Not sure what that is. See if we get a date off of it. Lots of cans through here. Remember I told you I saw some diggings earlier. This is probably all related to that. Iron. The diggings were just over the rise there, so they probably were camped right up on top here. Some broken glass. I'm looking for a can so I can see how it was sealed, and that will tell us how old this stuff is. I'm just taking some pictures, and I saw this big old like horseshoe nail there. I guess that's a horseshoe nail. It's really long. Usually they're not quite that long, I don't think, but has the same type of head. You know, I just kind of reminded myself too that as you know, I'm picking this stuff up, and you know, us detectorists, when we're looking for well, nuggets or anything really, we always take our junk with us. So I throw it in the bag right there. But technically, since we're on BLM land, on a private claim on BLM land, I can't throw the stuff in my bag. I have to just leave it down here for the next guy to find. But I keep forgetting that. So I'm, my bag is full of stuff right now that's older than 50 years. So I'm technically not legal right now, but I will dump it out before we go. Probably just in a pile somewhere. So it's probably a good place because it's starting to lose a bunch of junk. Well, that's a cool looking rock. Saw some greenstone down here too when I was just talking to you. I should have just reached down and pick it up. Here's some more square nails. That's another square nail. That's definitely not a horseshoe nail, but I should have reached down and picked it up because now I can't see it. Probably something with some copper in it. All right, if I see it, I'll grab it. Let's keep looking. So naturally, as soon as I turned the camera off, I saw it again. But you can see that coloration right there. That's different minerals. And that's what the old timers were looking for when they're out here looking for mineral deposits. So that's probably a little piece of ore out of one of these holes I've passed. All right, oh, by the way, I can keep that because it's a rock. So this is where the old bull was hanging out. Probably the fire ring from the old camp. And again, this camp could be 100 years old very easily. It probably predates the automobile. Although I can't say for sure, but the square nails and all that kind of stuff is a good indication. Yeah, there's one of those cans. If you look at that can, I'll make sure no scorpions. See, it was sealed with solder, and that's the sealing method that will date it back to 1900 or so, give or take 20 years. So, this is a nice old mining camp right here. Fire here. They might have been camped right where the bull was. I mean, that's a good spot, slightly out of the wind. It's probably loaded with gold coins from back in the day. So I really had my hopes up with that little thing, but it looks like it's just silvery, so it's probably lead. They turned the camera on and my machine started going nuts, so I do apologize for that. It must be on the same frequency or something, or close to it. It's really small. It's definitely silvery. I don't think it's gold covered with mercury or anything. At least I hope not, because I put it in my mouth. Let you listen to what it sounds like. Looks almost melted, really. If you hear this. So you can definitely hear it. But I'm pretty sure that's just going to be a little piece. I just did a whole thing where I was like showing you what it sounds like on the loop and all this and talking about it, and the camera's laying face down in the dirt. I had to put my readers on, by the way, so I could see the darn thing. Let's try this again. I'm going to put it in my bottle and we'll listen to it. This time I picked the camera up. Yeah, sorry about that machine, but it's the camera making the noise. Hear it? It's definitely making a good little noise, but I think it's just going to be a piece of lead or something. Oh well, I gotta turn this camera off, man. It's driving me nuts. This little rock gave me a nice signal, and it looks almost like pewter, I think. It's kind of crumbly. I'm not sure what it is actually. It's very light though, so I'm not don't have my hopes high for something valuable. I walked back down to the area that had the diggings I was telling you about. The little camp is like right up in there, and this is what I was talking about. You can see it's just been, the hillside's been dug out, and it's right down on the caliche. I guess that's might not be caliche, but it's pretty hard right there. And that's caliche right there. And you see where it's just all been dug out in this area. I metal detected this. I found a couple of scraps of like fired bullets and not really much else. All right, let's get back at it, see what we can find. Day's not over yet. This is kind of neat. Just found a little baking powder tin. So that tells me they were up here probably baking bread, I guess, or they put their gold nuggets in there. You see any? I'll check that dirt before we walk away. I'll take a picture of that. I guess we can probably date this tin lid by that pretty easy, I would think. So all right, man, that's pretty cool actually. Just found a nice little brass rivet. Hoping one of these signals is going to be a big old nugget they left behind, but don't get your hopes too high, but we'll keep looking around a little bit. So this is kind of a weird little target. I mean, it's like a solid chunk of iron. It's kind of broken off in kind of a weird shape. I don't know if that would be like part of a digging tool of some sort, but yeah, kind of gave a weird signal, but it's iron for sure. Got a little signal, look down, I could see this. This is some type of saw for cutting wood. Kind of interesting. Not what we're looking for, but it tells a story, doesn't it? The mining camps of yore. Here's a chunk of cast iron. It looks like it might be like a Dutch oven lid or piece of a pan or something, but I'm pretty sure something to take some heat. Maybe cook some food too. Part of a wood stove. That's what they all are, aren't they? So we're in the area where the cows lay, and you see there's actually square nails just all over the place in here. Well, all over the place. There's two just on the surface, and I'm getting signals all through here. So this could be where they had their, you know, boxes of supplies, whether it be food or shovels or black powder, who knows. A little signal, and just look down and you can see that it's probably like a underwear, not an underwear button, but overalls button. Snap, I would think, or something like that. Not terribly old, but evidence the prospectors were out here before us. Pretty cool. Looks like another lid to something, but I don't know what. Got a hole in the middle, so I don't know, it could be medicine, I guess. I'm really guessing on it though. See, even looking at this can, if you look at the seam right here, that's actually lead solder going up across there. So I can kind of, you know, date your can back to around at least 1900 or before, probably. You know, they opened it with something like probably using a knife or something. Yeah, nice little artifact there. So I just found this little lead doodad, and I don't think it's a bullet actually. Looks almost like it has a marking right there. I mean, it's lead for sure, but I'm not sure what it is. It's almost like it's been carved right there too, so not really sure about that one. Wish it was gold, but I guess we'll have to take lead today. I really should share with you what I'm seeing, because it's really pretty here, just really gorgeous. Get all the different types of plants here. I mean, it looks almost like something you would see in a museum, not a museum, but you know, where a place where they have plants, a planetarium. Look up on the hill, you can see those white stakes. Those are claim markers. For the claim I'm on. It's a private claim, of course. But yeah, isn't that really cool? A planetarium. Or an arboretum. Whatever you prefer, I guess. You think this is gold?
I think it could be.
Alright, got a little signal right here, just in front of the scratch mark. I don't know if you can hear that. Week, week, week. Should be right about in here. Not too deep, but probably down in that red dirt. If it's there. There we go. Look at that. You didn't warn me about that. Cactus back there.
Oh.
Should be in the cup after about an hour. Still there. Still there. Trying to shake it, keep it on the bottom. It's gone. It's in my hand. If you hear a clunk. Oh, I heard a clunk. You hear the clunk? Did ya? Looks like lead. Right there. Oh, it's lead. Little piece of lead. But maybe the next signal will be a giant 5-ounce nugget. Piece of rail. So they had some rail cars out here going somewhere. Lots of cable. There's some type of bullet holes in that. There's some type of building here. So they're doing something with ore probably. But I don't really see big cable there too. I don't see any like dug mines like adits or any type of, you know, just pits dug into the sides of the hills or anything right here. I'm a little ways from where I was looking at that older digging. So this is unrelated, but there's a lot. Look, this where they were welding out here and cutting stuff up with torches, and it kind of goes up this hill. So something was going on up in here. And look at here. This is that's I don't know if that could have been part of a kiln. The surface right there. If it's probably might have had a little kiln up here too. Yeah, that's what this lighter soil is all about. Maybe it's ash. Yeah, look, here's some melted iron. Huh. Neato bandito. I was gonna have to wrap it up for this video. I did not find any nuggets, but I found a bunch of fire bullets and lead and stuff and a couple camps. So that was kind of, well, one old prospector's camp and part of a mining operation. But it sure is pretty country out here. I could definitely spend more time if I had it. We'll see you on the next one.
She don't care if you're dying or if you're living or somewhere in between. Mother Earth, you are my lady, my big round baby, and I'll rock you until I go to sleep. She'll shake the coins from your pocket, take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised to keep, hidden in her dirt or deep in her creek. Mother Earth, she ain't saying exactly what she's saving, where it is or what it might be. Mother Earth, you are my lady, my big round baby. I'll rock you until I go to sleep. She don't care if you're dying or if you're living or somewhere in between.